And the dandelion does not stop growing because it is told it is a weed. The dandelion does not care what others see. It says, "One day, they'll be making wishes upon me." Welcome back to Randall House Farms. Dandelions can be found in just about everyone's yard. They're one of the first flowers to emerge after the long winter, very popular with the pollinators. Their sunny yellow heads peeking up. While some people find dandelions to be a nuisance, the reality is dandelion is one of the most available and readily forageable plants in existence. The sunny dandelion has sunk its taproot deep into the history of mankind. The use of dandelion dates back to be a staple in Chinese traditional medicine, as well as for the ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans. Europeans even planted, on purpose, dandelions within their gardens. The entire plant, from the root to the flower, are edible and offer very potent medicinal and nutritional values. The roots can be roasted to create a caffeine-free, deep chicory-tasting coffee substitute. The leaves can be dried and used in teas. The leaves can also be eaten fresh in salads and smoothies. Petals can be eaten fresh for a pop of color in salads or desserts. They can be steeped for use in teas and tinctures, as well as for wine, which is what you see me doing today. I'll also be sharing a quick and easy recipe for vegan-friendly dandelion honey, which is delicious on toast. Dandelion wine is an exercise in patience, taking 2 full years from day 1 until the day you're able to drink it. Before you eat any part of the dandelion for any recipe, you need to start out with unsprayed dandelions. We do not spray our yard here, and neither do my neighbors. In my opinion, it's completely unnecessary, and bad for the pollinators overall. Who cares if you have dandelions in your yard, especially now that you know you can eat them, and the bees will be happy. The recipe I'm using today is by The Spruce Eats, and I will be linking this recipe below. The making of dandelion wine is more of an intermediate skill. My husband makes his own beer here at home, so I was lucky enough to have some of the equipment on hand. Follow the recipe step by step, and I promise it'll turn out okay. This dandelion wine will have a punch of citrus, as it has the zest and juice of 3 lemons and 3 oranges within the mix. Though you are adding a lot of sugar, do not fear. Sugar is an integral ingredient in the fermentation process. The finished product will be a dry wine with a hint of sweetness. The initial steeping of the petals and the addition of all ingredients, including the sugar, yeast, and golden raisins, you'll need to let the mixture ferment for 30 days. Each day you'll need to swirl, not shake, the wine. After the 30 days, strain and discard the solids. Return the wine to a fresh, sanitized vessel and allow it to continue to ferment for another 30 days. Repeat this process every 3 months for a total of 9 months. After 9 months, the wine, although not complete, will have a more translucent appearance. After 9 months, cork the wine and store for another year before drinking. It is my experience that good things take time. Patience is a learned skill, and winemaking surely will test that skill. I love the idea of anticipating opening a bottle 2 years from now. I may not even be on this property anymore, but I know that those dandelions picked on a May afternoon from my very own yard are what made this treat of the wine possible. The wine will be in your sight for some time. Checking up on the fermentation process is one of my favorite weekly rituals. You will see the effervescent bubbles float to the surface. Fermentation is a fascinating process. We will be exploring fermenting many things from the garden as the harvests start to come in. Now, for a more immediate use of those delicious petals, I'll walk you through creating dandelion honey. Fear not, vegan friends, this isn't honey at all. For this recipe you will need 4 cups of dandelion petals, 4 cups of water, 1 lemon, half of a vanilla bean, and 2.5 cups of granulated sugar. When picking your dandelions, it's best to pick them during full daylight. When it's cloudy or overcast, the flowers will tend to close up, making it harder to pull the petals out. Remove the petals only. Try not to get any of the green. Soak the petals in cold water for a few minutes. This will allow any lingering insects to float away. Place your soaked and clean petals in a pan. Add the water, 3 lemon slices, and a vanilla bean. Bring the mixture up to a boil and then reduce to a simmer for about 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes, remove your pan from the heat and let that mixture steep for about 6 hours. After 6 hours, strain the mixture through a cheesecloth or a fine mesh strainer, and then place your steep mixture back into the pan. From here, you'll want to bring that mixture back up to a boil and start adding your sugar. Stir until the sugar is dissolved, and this is where the patience comes in. Lower your heat to a simmer and stir until the mixture becomes a syrupy consistency. This can take some time. Once the mixture is at the consistency you prefer, allow it to cool for a few minutes. The mixture will be very hot. From there, pour the mixture into a clean, sanitized vessel of your choice. I prefer a mason jar with a lid, and store at room temperature. The dandelion honey is a citrusy tasting spread that is delicious on toast. It's truly amazing the treasures we can find in our own backyard. Amazing how many people see the bright yellow dandelion as just a weed. It is my opinion that as we learn more about the native species around us, we can make some amazing and delicious discoveries. As they say, with a bit of perspective, may all your weeds be wildflowers. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Until next time.